Keeper of the Lost Cities Neverseen, Chapter 22. You didn't honestly think you would fool me, did you? Gethan asked, laughing as Mr. Forkle scrambled to pull Sophie away from him. Apparently you did. That's hilarious. He tossed his blonde hair out of his face, revealing a black eye from where Sophie had sucker punched him during his capture. His nose also looked swollen and crooked. Sophie hoped it was broken. Her fingers curled into fists, ready to pummel him again, when he told her, Thank you for untying my hands. I probably should have waited until you'd untied my feet, too. There's no way you can escape, Mr. Forkle said, motioning to the fire-scarred doorway. Half a dozen dwarves stood in a tight line with melders trained on Gethan's head. Do I look like I'm trying to leave? Gethan asked. I honestly haven't minded my visit here. I do my best thinking when I can tuck my consciousness away. I only came back because I couldn't pass up a chance to chat with Miss Foster. Plus, I couldn't take another second of your charade, he turned to Keefe. Your mother will laugh when she hears about your performance just now, though clearly some of her preparation has taken hold. Preparation for what? Sophie demanded. Gethan's smile dripped with ice. Can't ruin the surprise. He'll find out soon enough. Yeah, I don't think I will, seeing how my mom is dead. Sophie was stunned how calmly Keefe delivered the news, almost as stunned as Gethan was to hear it. Another part of the trick? Gethan asked. Keefe leaned closer. You tell me. Some gnomes saw her all cut up and bleeding and being dragged in the mountains near the lake Blood. We're assuming the ogres had her killed because she let you get captured. That does sound like something King Dimtar would do, Gethan said quietly. You really think Lady Gisela is... Sophie couldn't say the last word. Gethan stared at the ceiling. How would I know? I've spent the last days locked away in my own mind. I told you I'd been training for this. He pointed to Mr. Forkle. I feel you poking around, by the way. Your telepathy isn't nearly as clever as you think. Hers is, of course. He winked his unbruised eye at Sophie. Too bad she doesn't know how to use it. I know plenty, Sophie snapped. Stop, Mr. Forkle grabbed Sophie by the shoulder. Do not, under any circumstances, attempt to rid his mind. Do you understand me? Forkle's right. I can feel too much hope coming off of him. Keefe slammed Gethan into the wall and pinned him by his neck. What were you planning to do to her? Gethan wheezed for breath. Let him go, Mr. Forkle ordered. Keefe hesitated before dropping him. Gethan doubled over, clutching his throat as he hacked and coughed. You would make this a lot easier on yourself if you just answer our questions, Sophie told him. Tell us what the Black Swan were doing in Brackendale. Brackendale? Gethan asked. Don't play dumb. We found your stupid force field around a tree, Keefe snapped. Gethan's brows shot up. That is unexpected. We also met one of your buddies, Sophie added. He thought he was so special with his thionopath skills. He is special, Gethan said. I've recruited him myself. But he's not supposed to be taking action yet, Mr. Forkle said. Is he? Gethan's eyes narrowed. Very good. Your pathetic telepathy finally scraped out one of my secrets. A worthless one you already know, most of us, of course. Yes, we have many timelines, and yes, it looks like one has changed. All that means is everyone's roles will soon be much clearer. Why are you looking at me? Keefe said, backing up a step. Why do you sound so afraid? Gethan countered. Wouldn't it be nice to finally feel useful? Not that you haven't had your moments, but someday you'll be more than just a wannabe rebel. Once you stop trying to impress the Black Swan's little doll. Shut up! Keefe shouted. Oh, come on. Haven't you always wanted to hear someone believes in you? Gethan said. We do. Or rather, your mother's convinced us that we should. Maybe we should go, Sophie said, when she noticed how hard Keefe was shaking. Yes, I think that's a good idea, Mr. Forkle agreed. Not yet, Keefe said, stalking closer to Gethan. How long have you known my mother? She joined us not long after she got pregnant with you. Puts things in perspective, doesn't it? All the lies you believed, all the clues you missed, and now she could very well be gone, and you'll never get to know why. Unless I tell you. You're a monster, Sophie growled. Said the living lab experiment. Tell me, did he spark your life and then freeze you and keep tweaking? Of course not, Mr. Forkle turned to Sophie. Any tweaks I made in your DNA were done before your inception. I implanted your embryo immediately. Okay, Sophie said, not sure why he seemed so upset by the idea. Humans froze embryos all the time. She was still an experiment. But for the first time, she didn't care. She stalked closer. If whatever they did to me makes it so I can stop you, it's worth it. You may inconvenience us occasionally, he sneered, but you will never stop us. We'll see about that, Mr. Forkel told him. She's done an excellent job keeping you distracted, and now I've found information that we came to look for. Looks like the next stage of your timeline will be Maramarsh. Gethan's jaw dropped. I can divide my consciousness, Mr. Forkel said, with a smile. One part of my mind was being rather obvious, while the other was slipping past and dug out what I needed. Clever enough for you? It'll be more clever if you have the chance at stopping what's happening. There's always a way, Mr. Forkel said, dusting off his hands. Oh, and we'll also be removing the bludge blot from your fingernails, so you don't need to worry about your friends tracking you. Gethan snorted. There's no way to remove bludge blot. That's why the ogres use it. Burned like the sun when they painted it on. Well then, I guess we'll just have to remove your nails entirely. Our froster will be by soon to freeze them off, so I'd recommend you go back to that place you've been hiding and hope your pain receptors stop working. Gethan shouted threats as they left, but the warnings were as empty as his sandy cell. His final words to Keefe were the only ones that made an impact. You're choosing the wrong side, boy. You'll regret it when you see your mother's vision realized, but then it will be too late.